My name's Sam. I've nominated Charlie, whose mum is my friend, for the Bravery Award. Since Charlie was born, he's had quite a few problems. He's been in and out of hospital, more or less lives there. He's had major operations, minor operations, been on dialysis for 12 hours plus a day, and just recently his biggest operation was a kidney transplant donated by his father Mark. Gemma and Mark have had it quite tough with Charlie's illness. We've been on like very rare nights out, and within 10 minutes of arriving, Gemma's had a phone call saying he's poorly, so she's had to rush off back home. We don't get to see him as much as we usually do, but obviously Charlie comes first. Charlie tends to be shy, but he's really quite bold and bubbly. He's got a cracking little personality, he's really friendly. He's always got a smile on his face, very chatty. He's just a little soldier. I think Charlie deserves this award because of the amount of pain and suffering he's been through in this short 4 years. Like I said, he never mourns, he's always smiling. He's just an inspiration, really.
My name's Gemma and I'm Charlie's mum. Charlie was fine when he was born. It was only when he was 4 days old that we had to rush him into hospital because he weren't feeding or anything. From Burnley General, they rushed him over to Manchester Children's Hospital and told us that he had blood clots in the kidneys and one on the brain as well. From there he went into intensive care to try and obviously filter out the blood clots to get everything working again, but it had gone on too long that the kidneys had stopped working. He had to have his first operation when he was 6 days old to go on dialysis. They told us he wouldn't make it if he didn't have this. So from 6 days old he's been on dialysis. He spent his first 3 months of his life in Pendlebury Hospital in Manchester. We got trained up, so we had to do dialysis at home with him. In between that he's had operations, just little ones. Until he was 18 months old he got a really bad infection, which caused him not able to have the dialysis at home anymore. So from then he had to have another operation, and he had to go to the hospital in Manchester 4 times a week and sit there for 4 hours to have dialysis. It was horrible. I mean, when he was little I just used to cry all the time. I used to blame myself for everything. It's still hard, but you just got to sort of get on with it. When he's had 27 operations in the space of 4 years. But he just gets on with it, he doesn't even bother. He's always running around and got a smile on his face. And up until now, he's just recently, 10 weeks ago, had a kidney transplant off his dad.
Hello, my name's Mark. I'm Charlie's dad. I gave my son a kidney about 10 weeks ago now. The best moment of my life, to be honest with you. The best thing I've ever done. He's had plenty of operations to go through. I mean, I was only in hospital for 2 days. He was in the hospital for about 10 days through the operation. So the only thing my main worry was he all right? Because I couldn't see him. Then when I went home, I had to go back to my mum and dad's house for 2 weeks, and I couldn't drive, so I had to rely on my mum and dad to take me over to the hospital every single day to make sure they were both all right. Well, they always tell you the risk, you could damage, I think it was your spleen or whatever, they tell you there's a risk of dying. But you don't hesitate for your child. I mean, I didn't think yes straight away, you know what I mean? There was no way I was going to say no to it.
If Charlie won the Bravery Award, it just made me so happy, because I think after everything he's been through, he's not whinged, he's not moaned, it's been tough, he's missed out on the first 4 years of his childhood. And he's still going through it, even with the hospital and everything. I think it just show, I don't know, it just made me happy.
Don't care.